Hello, Africa. Hello to the rest of the world. I'm your host, Ramakuela, and welcome to Pomo's Intersection. On today's topic, we'll be talking about youth development, about how young people should focus on developing their talents, their skills, so that they can be able to make an income in this harsh economy and the state of unemployment, especially in our country, South Africa. If you're a first time watching this show, please definitely subscribe. And we have a great guest today who will also be performing a piece for us. Stay tuned on the show. Welcome back to Pumus Intersection. If you just tuned in now, you haven't missed that much. Stay glued to our screen. And please don't forget to subscribe. Hey, subscribe. Today I'll be interviewing Mutlalipula-Maswanganyi. She's a young poet. She's here to inspire other young people who are studying but also chasing after their dreams. Stay tuned, listen to this girl. You'll go very far, trust me. Welcome to our show, Mutlalipule.
Thank you for having me, Ms. Pomo.
And by the way, her stage name is Pretty Little Pain. What an interesting stage name. I mean, let's just start there. Where does that name come from? Pretty Little Pain.
Where does it come? I could say it comes from all that I've been through, like the hurt, the grief, the sorrows that I've been through. Yeah, that's where the name comes from. I just decided that, you know what, out of every pain that I'm going to go through, it's pretty because it makes me somebody bigger.
Wow, that's so inspirational. Hey,
Yeah.
Very inspirational. So, what is the inspiration behind your work as you are a poet?
Well, the inspiration behind my work is the fact that I've went through a lot of grief. I've got anger issues that I've been trying to deal with. So my work is a way for me to deal with what I'm going through.
Okay, so you can say that writing out your feelings,
Yes.
it helps a lot with dealing with anger in that way.
Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. So, is it the only thing that has occupied you at the moment? Are you
No.
only a poet?
No, actually, I'm a student in Dobsonville campus. I'm doing public management. It's actually
Okay.
my first year.
Wow. So, do you publish your poems, like make them to be heard out there if people want to know about your stuff, what you have just made, or anything like that? Where do we get your stuff, or are you still developing your work?
Well, at the moment, I'm much more focused on my studies. Poetry is just something that I do to actually relieve the feelings that I have at that certain moment in time. But hopefully, in the near coming future, I'll be releasing and publishing my poems.
Okay, so you said something about using poetry as a way to take out your anger and deal with your issues, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you say to someone who has difficulties dealing with their anger issues? I mean, there's a lot of people out there who use other alternatives that are not ones that we could recommend.
Yes.
Some may use alcohol, abuse alcohol as a way to deal with the anger they're facing. Some act out and be violent towards other people.
Yes.
Some tend to substances as young people, dealing with the anger, sometimes with the frustrations of unemployment, frustrations of not having this and that.
Yes.
So, what would you say, or how would you advise people who are going through anger or painful situations?
Well, on that one, I would actually say that don't give up. Like, there's a lot of people that a person can talk to, a lot of people that a person can open up to. You just need to find that one person that you're very comfortable with and you trust that person with your whole life, because wow, it's not easy. They say you better trust a stone much more than a person. Well, which
I know,
I believe
right?
that is true.
I know.
Because, like, wow,
Yeah.
no, the people we have sometimes in life are not really the people that would stick around. Some people are just there to visit in your life.
I feel you. So, going back to your work, right? What
Yes.
brought you here into Pomo's Intersection? What makes your poetry unique? What's different about your poems?
The difference about my poetry is that, well, okay, it focuses a lot more on pain, which is something, I don't know, maybe negative for some people, but for me, it's really positive because it's what pushes me to do more in life. It's what pushes me to go for my goals, to achieve whatever that I want to achieve, Like every single pen that I put in that paper, every single ink, it just takes out more of me that I should just push even more.
No, that's
what
a
keeps
very,
me
very
alive.
interesting thing to say, because people, like you said, it might sound as if it's something negative,
Yeah.
but then if you're able to take out that pain and anger, it means that it will not consume you.
Yes.
So it's a great thing that you're doing. So in all of your poems, which one would you say takes the cup, like That what's that one poem? That one where you like, yabona leya mangayishaya. Laphaya woke umuntu oshaya izandla, What's that one poem for you?
Well, I've got a couple, but the one that takes the cup is Dead and No More. Yeah, that poem, I feel like I poured out each and every bit of my soul in that poem. Like, I poured out every single thing that has been bothering me, and I just feel like one day I'll be free from everything. I'll be free from the pain, the sorrow, the grief that I'm feeling. I'll be free from everything. So yeah, Dead and No More takes the cup on that one.
Wow, dead and no more.
Dead and No More.
But yet you're still here, alive, talking to us. Let's talk about dead and no more. I'm so interested in that. Dead and no more. Dead in which way? That's a very interesting.
Well, I'd say emotionally, I'm drained. I'm drained a lot. Spiritually, I'm trying my best to stay alive, but I know there's that part of me that's dying inside, that's dead, that nobody can ever revive it. I myself can't even revive it. So yeah, dead and no more. That's just that part of me that's dead and it's never gonna come back.
Okay, so like when you're doing this poetry, does it like heal you as you're doing it? And do you also come across people like who are interested or maybe are fascinated about the way you put things, and they're like, "How, girl? How do you do this?" I mean, dead and no more. That's deep. That's very, very deep.
Well, yeah, it kind of heals me in a way because it gets me to accept that part of me is no longer there. It's gone. I'm never gonna ever get it back. So yeah, it does heal me in a big way actually. And yes, I do come across people who ask like, what's the inspiration behind Dead and No More, all of that questions. And I always tell them one thing: in life you're gonna meet somebody that's gonna kill a part of you, that's gonna take a huge part of you, but you shouldn't let them take a whole of you. You should stand for yourself. Like, stand up and just tell them, like, no, you're not going to take a whole of me. Just going to take a part in which I'm going to accept that it's gone,
No, that's very, very inspirational, because today we find that a lot of young people, we don't know, like I've just said before, we don't know how to deal with this kind of emotions, this kind of issues,
Yeah.
and we end up just being a lost generation, because we're not dealing with the issues that are really affecting us, because emotional issues, mental health, these are very, very important issues that if they just left just like that, we have a lot of bad repercussions that come out,
Yes.
No, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have you in the studio. So beside poetry, what other projects do you do?
Well, last year I was actually pageanting for Miss Turfenting. I actually won Miss Turfenting Public Choice.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. And also I've did collabs, music collabs, like rap, R&B collabs, but that's something that I'm not really focused on. And well, that's a conversation for another day.
For another day, right? So, being a young person, right, and you being creative, being talented, why do you still want to go to school? Actually, you are talented. Maybe your talent will take you that far. So why are you still studying? Why not focus on the talent only?
Like, they say education is the key to success. So here am I thriving for that education. And as much as in today's world, as you know, that people get jobs by connections and all that, people who have diplomas are actually sitting at home not doing anything because they can't get into that certain job, and that certain qualification they have does not really work for them. I'm still there. I'm still thriving. I believe that there's much more to education than just hustling.
Definitely, unemployment is a big, big pandemic in South Africa, especially when it comes to the youth, and we should make sure that we are upskilled in many ways. If you are talented, polish your talent in terms of academics, make sure that you are there, We need to be multi-skilled, and do a lot of things to be able to survive in this harsh economy, in this harsh reality,
Yes.
So, any last words for the viewers and upcoming generation before she's going to perform for us, Dead and No More?
Well, my last words, actually, let me say my words of encouragement to you guys, my viewers, the public. I'll tell you to keep pushing. No dream is never a dream. All dreams come true, Keep pushing, keep thriving, and keep hustling. Whoever you are out there, whatever you're doing, make it work for you, live for you. That's all I could say.
Just to top up on her words, don't give up, whatever people say, dreams do come true, you know. Who would have thought that Mark Zuckerberg would be the person he is today? I'm sure when he used to
Wow.
tell people his ideas, they'd be like, ah, this nigga is crazy.
Like,
This guy is crazy,
yeah,
you know.
it's so
But look where
fascinating.
Facebook is right now, you know.
It's so
It's so
fascinating.
big right now. Yeah. So following our dreams is definitely a great thing. Thank you so much for having you in our show,
Thank
Pretty Little
you.
Pain.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So let's just go straight to Little Prayer. So yeah.
I've lived my life to tell a tale, never cared from the start. I've built me up. I've hurt so many souls, not my true intentions. I pray generations live and pray on this remedy. The love hurts because it's infatuated. I've chosen to concede and conclude that love is a delusion set to create sadness and tears on my face. I've been insolent to the truth, yet my heart has ended up being a million pieces on the floor. Only a dog saw it's open in its name. Love is a thief that has stolen away the joy in my life. It has got me cringed up in a box. I'm like a cute puzzle that needs to be solved, not love. I've lost everything I ever kept is trust. I've been a slave to love, chained in the locks of doubts, caged in a room of worries. I've been set free by execution. My soul finds no rest, for I had to pick up the pieces and join them back. I need no help, although they divide my soul in the name of helping. All post is angels to hide their evil deeds. Accomplish the mission to assassinate the existence of my happiness. The last of my happiness and the blast of sorrows. I've been a glass with no sense of class. I've been broken and patched up. A token of benefit only to be snatched by doubts. They stole my being and heart and destroyed my inner self. TikTok time ran so that my thoughts, plots of revenge, intentions to avenge my death. This is not literal. Figuratively, I'm a ghost. I can't laugh, but I don't have a heart. Ordained and drained, unpolluted water tend to be regained to its natural form of clarity and purity. I've imposed hate in the hearts of gold. They call and I'm coming for those that stage my death as an accident. They'll die and fade as dust, ashes to ashes of a fire, only blown by the wind and cease to exist. Fuck the possibility of wanting to see you. Fuck every said that didn't sound true to me. Fuck all you said you'd be in the name of us, and all the promises you left unkept because of the choices you made. Said but not meant, your words twisted your tongue. Like a snake burned, you wrapped me up in a life like some foil that wraps a dead body. I was left in the dark like a dog that barks in the night. Make please right, please my heart. You did not break it but me. I even forget the tears of pain, for I don't know what pain is anymore. I cry out of anger in vain. You claimed I was your wife so you could cut me up. I got it all wrong. Not cut but stab until you reached my heart. I realized too soon that this was my doom, my demise and end of the life I had. I won't talk about the joy and happiness. That's a book I've read a while back. Fairy tales and fantasies have ruined my life. They have made me believe that every story had a happy ending, and I was a fool to believe. If I had remembered the consequences of falling in love, I wouldn't have fell off, but I forgot that everything that falls breaks, so I fell in love and I broke. Not my heart, but my innocence. I will resurrect from the dead, for my soul is tired of justifying for the reason my body to perish. I'm now ashes burned to the ground, not yet found of laid at sea, to be swum with the sharks and fishes. I'm dead and no more. I'm dead, I'm dead. That's a song that keeps playing in my head. My bones have no strength to fight. The lyrics are once a cure to my sickness. I collide with disease, for it has intoxicated my reality. Only my dreams left to be told its stories at campfires. I have no choice but to face the music. No tune, I dance to a silent beat. A web weaved and I'm falling, slowly in a hole dark for me. I'm an Aphrodite, the goddess of love. A matchmaker and a heartbreaker. That's the story that should be told when I'm dead and no more. When I'm dead and no more.